So it turns out, once I started actually learning about my inner chemistry and workings and who I am as a human, and kind of like how I'm designed, is I am a shadow walker. I walk through both while holding. Because here's the thing that I have learned in really facing and looking at, in its fullness, the shadow and the brutality of this species and human is I see it for what it is. It's like that movie It, you know, like when the clown, he was so scary, and the second one gets diminished into nothing because the kids kind of take their narrative back and there's no hold over him, right? And it turns out that big scary clown was really just a weak little deflated little boy, right? And so when I look at this, like, these really, like, the aggression and the evil and just the sheer brutality of what we are witnessing right now in all its technicolor glory, is like all that supremacy, all of that power, all of it is built on the weakest of foundations, and it's not real. It is not real. Because if you are strong, like what real strength is, strength in character, strength in moral standing and integrity and courage and all of that, you don't need brutality and guns and bombs and bravado and strength and violence in order to hold that and sustain that. The truth and love and the essence of all that is pure and holy and divine, it stands on its own. It stands in truth. It stands in wholeness. It does not need violence and brutality to hold its ground. Now, sometimes that has to be met, and that's a whole other, like, topic of debate and conversation that can take a whole other realm that I'd love to dive into one day. But the reality is when I see that alpha male strength and this image of what we have been conditioned and bred to believe that strength looks like and feels like, it's flipped. It is the exact opposite. It is the exact opposite. And so there is power that comes in standing and looking at the shadows of life and being able to hold one's ground and say, you can't touch me. I will not become you. I will not be you. And that's what is so terrifying about the house of cards that is supremacy, is because it would never light a match to. This pushback in, like, trying to keep information from people, in changing the education, in changing the history, in like dismantling like DEI and affirmative action and all of these things, it's because no matter what obstacles have been put into place, the social hierarchy cannot stand, because no matter what obstacles and what abuse have been put into place, be it to Black America, or, I don't say Black America, Black people across the globe, diaspora, indigenous people, the Palestinian people, they still rise in their fullness and their brilliance and their glory And the more intersectionality, right? We've got disabled and the trans community, and I mean every single other that has been put in this box of inferiority has proven otherwise. And if your entire basis of self and strength falls in the weakness or somebody else being below you, it will never stand. It can never stand, because we all are built with brilliance inside of us. And sometimes, oh my gosh, I can just go on for days. I'm really welcoming these breaths of air that come through amidst the tar and the muck and the ick of the baseness of human, because